as my strategy, and when I counted all of these, I got 699.
So you did the algorithm. We call that the algorithm. So you did it like this. You did 465 plus 234. And you added the ones place. So you did 5 plus 4 is 9. The tens place, 6 tens plus 3 tens is 9.
You know what?
And 400s plus 200s is 600s. We call that the algorithm, the standard algorithm. So that's another way to do it. Nice job. Is there somebody else? Is there anybody else who did this problem a different way besides the adding by place and besides using the algorithm? Michael. All right, Michael, be nice and loud for us so I can write it down.
All we're doing is that.
Please make sure you are muted if you're not the person I called on, okay? We're getting background. Go ahead, Michael.
First, I wrote out the math problem. I did 465 plus 234 in addition. Then I wrote line to the 400 to the 200. Then it equaled 600. Then I added 60 to 30 and it equals 90. Then 5 plus 4 equals 9. And that's 699.
So, Michael, you did, as you can see over there, Alejandro's, you did the same thing. That's the same thing as Alejandro. We call that adding by place. So you added by place value. The one thing I'm going to kind of throw out there that I don't think people have shared yet is you can also add in what we call chunks. So I'm going to show you what that means. So I'm just going to write that out to the side, adding in chunks. And so adding in chunks is where you start with the number, the original number, so 465, and you just add 200. And so since you know you're adding no tens and ones, you still have 65, and then you have 400 plus 200, and you get 465. Then you take 465, and you add the 30. And then you get 495. Or sorry, 600. Guys, you gotta fix me. 606. I'm gonna start over. My bad. Mr. Hoffman made a mistake. He got ahead of himself.
Mr. Hoffman, I was trying to interrupt you, but it wouldn't let me.
That's weird. So 465 plus 200 is 665. Then I take 665 plus 30 and get 695. Then 695 plus my 4 equals 699. And if you look, my 234 is right there in the middle. I can draw a lasso around it, and that's that 234 that I added. So we've got the adding by place, we've got adding in chunks, and then we've got the standard algorithm. Those are the 3 strategies you can see right here on the screen for this problem. So let's try another one, all right? Let's do 328 plus 347, okay? Just like last one, you have 3 minutes. Pick any strategy. My challenge to you is if you usually use one thing, try a different strategy that you just saw on the screen that you did not use last time. All right, so 328 plus 347. I'm starting my timer now. 3 minutes. Go. Guys have 1 minute and 35 seconds left. Guys, remember, try not to show your whiteboards or put the answers anywhere yet because we want to give people a chance to think for themselves. If we show our whiteboards too quick, then sometimes people just look at that answer and they just write it down. So make sure you're giving people a chance to think. I know. "30 seconds left to finish solving the problem." All right, we're going to come back together here. And just like last time, I'm going to be up at the Promethean board. So if you could please raise your hand. I know Clay had a computer issue last time when he wanted to share his, so I'm going to let Clay go ahead. Clay, can you share with us, talk us through step by step what you did to solve this problem?
I used the number line.
Awesome.
I learned this method in about starting from the 2nd to 3rd grade, and I would count by hundreds, and then at the end I would add a number to that 100.
Okay, so what number did you start with on your number line, Clay?
I started with 328.
Okay, so
I don't know if I have the correct.
Okay, so tell us step by step what you did. You started at 328, then what'd you do? I don't think we can hear you. You froze. You started at 328. What'd you do next, Clay?
I counted 100 2 times.
All right, so there's your counter 2 times. And then that would put us at 428, and then 528. Now what?
I don't know. My clipboard is not clipboard. My whiteboard is so teared up. I don't even think I have any more room.
Okay, so let's keep going from where, because Clay's got a great start. So we're adding 347. So there would be 100, 200. So we're going to go up 100 more. So that's 300. And now we're at 628. Now we've got to go up 40. Now I'm going to go up 40. But if we didn't know how to go up 40, we could have gone up by 10 each time, right? And actually, I'll do it that way. So we could go 300, 10, 20, 30, 40. And each one of those jumps is 10. I'm going to write up top because it's small. So 628, 38, 48, 58, 68. So this would be 668. And then we only have 7 ones left. So then I'm going to go up 7. And that's going to put me at 675 if I go up 7 more. So that's using a number line. The cool thing about a number line is you can make jumps by whatever you want. I know I'm going up 347. I could jump 300 at the beginning if I want, or I could do 100 each time just like Clay did. Nice job. Thank you for that strategy, Clay. All right, somebody else who did it a different way, who would like to share another strategy? CJ, calling on you. CJ, how'd you do it? Unmute yourself and talk us through it, CJ. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna let you keep doing that, working on that, CJ. We're gonna let Cynthia share hers, and we'll come back to you if you did it a different way. All right, Cynthia, go for it.
I did 300 plus 300 equals 600.
All right.
And then I did 20 plus 40 equals 60.
Okay.
And then I did 8 plus 7 equals 15. And then I put them all together, but I took the 10 out and put it to the 60 to make it a 7. And then I got 675.
Awesome, good work. Does anybody remember what that strategy is called that we just talked about on the last problem, when you add each place together by itself? You can just unmute yourself and say it if you remember it. It's called adding by place value. All right, CJ, you good to go now? CJ, you good to go?
Yeah.
Okay, how'd you do it, CJ?
So I put 300.
Okay.
328, like that. Then you add 347.
So you did the algorithm like this, 328 plus 347 like this?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is important because this one has a regroup. The last one didn't. So what did you do first, CJ? Talk us through it.
8 plus 7 equals 15.
So what goes down on the bottom?
You take the 5 at the bottom.
Yep.
Then you take the 10, put it above, you add it to the 2.
Okay, so listen, I want to focus on what CJ just said because he said that exactly right. You put the 5 ones on the bottom. Because 15 is 5 ones and a 10, we move the 10 over above the 2 in the 10's place, right? So we have a 5 in the 1's place at the bottom, and the 10 goes over to the 10's place. He said that exactly how he should have. All right, thank you. What do you do next, CJ?
I added the 1 to the 2.
You got what?
I got 3.
Okay, and next step?
And then you add 3 plus 4 equals 7.
Good.
And then you just add 3 plus 3 equals 6.
Very good. So that answers 675. All right, thank you. So we got a new one in there, the number line, where you can make the jumps however you want. So some of the strategies you've also talked about today or in the past, they're all right there. You've got the number line strategy, the adding up by place value, the breaking apart or adding in chunks kind of by place value a little bit differently. And then you have the standard algorithm, which we've talked about. We saw each of those today in a different way. I will leave this anchor chart. It is on your math assignment. So when you log off today and you go do your math assignment, this anchor chart is on a math assignment. Okay, so I'm going to move forward just a little bit. Okay, and so your job today is after you get off here, you have, sorry, number 1 is no longer a thing. Bye. You just have an addition assignment. Okay, it's independent work. I'm going to show you how to get on in Canvas right now, and then I'm going to let you go to get started. Okay, so I'm going to try to talk through this a little bit slowly. So you're going to go on to Canvas. you're going to click on the main part of the Canvas page. Click on Hoffman's Heroes, like normal. Monday, math, addition assignment is right here. The strategies are right there if you need to see them again. And it says solve the following addition problems using any strategy you choose. Explain how you got each answer. So notice it says, I'm going to highlight it. You will be given points for the answer and the explanation. Okay? You get an automatic 4 points for completing the assignment. After that, you get 1 point for each correct answer and 1 point for your explanation. So you've got to both solve the problem and explain how you got the answer, what strategy you used. Okay? That's under math assignments. I'm going to go ahead and stop sharing so I can see everybody. Does anybody have any questions about your job in math today or what you need to do when you log off? I don't see anybody's hands. Okay, before you go, there's one more reminder I'm going to give you. You have a writing lesson and activity today. You have a social studies activity today, and you have a vocabulary routine and word work. This stuff in the afternoon, you guys, is not optional. It is being graded. So the folks who are not logging on in the afternoon and doing the work, you are going to get zeros on assignments because they are required work. I know sometimes you have to be somewhere and those things happen and parents have talked to me about it, or you've gone back on and done it later, and that's okay. But your work in the afternoon is not optional. I know before in the springtime, sometimes that stuff wasn't all required. It is required work. You need to do the afternoon work. So math today, do the addition assignment. The addition assignment, then you can log off, have lunch, and do your recess, and then get back on and do your work this afternoon. All right? Before you go in the chat box, I would like you to type. You get 1 point for the correct answer in addition today. What is the other thing you have to do for each problem? When you've typed in the right thing in the chat box, I will let you go get started on math. So you need to solve the problem, and then you have to do one other thing. Tell me what you need to do in your chat box, and then you are free to go. Ania, you're good to go. Thank you. Cynthia, you're good to go. Thank you. Clay, go ahead. Jay and Asil, I'm asking you to earn your points on the math assignment. You have to solve the problem, and you have to do one other thing for the second point for each problem. What do you have to do after you solve it? So yes, you're going to go do your math assignment, but what do you have to do on the assignment? Solve the problem and do what else?